Hello, hello everyone. I hope you are doing well today. So it's Wednesday and it's time for weekly live. Today I'm happy to introduce to you Nina. Nina is one of the tribe leaders and she's very active in Sojourn community. So yeah, Nina is a yoga teacher and she's doing a lot of sport like biking, hiking, and of course yoga. She will tell us her story, and also it's not her first time in spending time abroad, so she will tell us about her. Hi Nina,
Hello. Hi, Emmanuel.
how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm super. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's always nice to see you because you have always a smile, like Lavana.
Yeah, and he's smiling as well, the Buddha. You can see him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got a little smile as
yeah.
well.
So thank you for accepting to do this live, and thank you for your time.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you for asking.
like I said, you are a yoga teacher, and can you tell us about you? What is your story? Where you come from, and also why did you decide to come to France?
Well, I'm English and I'm from a small village near Manchester in England. And when I was very younger, I always wanted to leave the village. So I left at the first opportunity and well, I went to university, but always knew that I wanted to travel. And it was on one of my backpacking trips to Asia that I'd spent 6 months in India and some time in Sri Lanka and Nepal. And then I arrived in Bangkok, which I'd been to a couple of times before, and it
Mhm.
just felt like coming home after some, you know, challenging experiences traveling in India for so long. So I decided I would stay in Bangkok for just a few months. English, and so I got a job teaching English, and then I found a nice apartment, and then I met a big group of friends who were amazing Thai people and Western people as well. And it just seemed that in the first month of being there, that I'd really just found this amazing new life for myself. So I was going to stay for 3 months, and then 3 months turned into six, and then 6 months turned into 12 years. So 12 years later, well, I lived there for 12 years, yeah. So it was totally unplanned, and it wasn't something that I imagined that I would do. But yeah, the best things are unplanned, so it
Yeah,
worked out really well.
and you like it if you stay 12 years.
Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I taught English for a couple of years, but then I'm actually a qualified primary school teacher back in England. So I got a job in a private British international school. So I was teaching primary school kids, and yeah, it was wonderful. I had lots of holidays because you do when you're a school teacher. So I was
Mm.
using my holidays to travel all the way around Asia and see
Imagine, yes.
as many different Asian countries as I could. And yeah, it was wonderful. It was great. And being in Bangkok, it's very central in Southeast Asia. So me and my girlfriends, we would fly down to Bali for the weekend and fly to Singapore just for weekends and go to the beach. So it was really good. It was really a wonderful time in my life. Yeah, it's fantastic. And Thai people are so welcoming, and Thailand is such a diverse, incredible place with many natural wonders. And over 12 years, I never got bored of exploring Thailand, going to really remote places, trying to get away from tourists as much as I could, and practice using my Thai as much as I could, and just finding adventures and just seeing what happened. And yeah, it was wonderful. I had a wonderful time there.
And so why you decide to move and came to France? And
Well, as you can tell, I was very happy in Thailand. I had a good job that allowed me to travel, a really beautiful apartment with a swimming pool, holidays and great friends. And, my yoga teachers there were absolutely incredible. Like I learned so much from them. But I got this feeling from the universe, I guess I could say, best describe it. And I started to get all these little signs, I guess you could call, from the universe that was calling me to France. So I decided to come to France on holiday, and I was doing some yoga here. And one night it was a full moon, huge supermoon in the sky, and I went for a walk on my own in the countryside. And I just had a moment of realization that, oh my God, this is it. I have to come and live in France. I just realized I can't can't describe it, but I just knew. So I went back to Thailand, and I left my job, and I stayed in Thailand for about a year, doing all the things that I still wanted to do that I couldn't do because I was working. So I did lots of practice yoga. I did some more yoga training. I did Vipassana meditation retreats. I learned Thai massage. I'm an ultra trail runner and a marathon runner, so I was doing lots of races and competing. And I represented Thailand at netball, so I was going to play competitions in Southeast Asia. And I got really into the running, so I was competing quite a lot. And I trekked in the Himalayas in Nepal on my own for 8 days, and went to South Korea, like Taiwan, and just lots of different countries that I just wanted to visit before I came back to the other side of the world. So yeah, and then why France? Why Lyon? Because so I have no connection with France whatsoever. I have no friends here. Well, no family in France. I can't speak French. I've never, nothing at all to bring me to France, just from this feeling. So I didn't know where to go. So as I was working in a school, I went into the French teacher's classroom, and there was obviously the French map on the wall. And with my finger, I just kind of went, maybe I'll go here. And picked Lyon because it was close to the mountains and close to the sea. So I thought, okay, well, it's a good place to start. And I came and I've fallen in love with Lyon. So I picked really good. I made a really good choice. So I'm super happy because I absolutely love Lyon. It's such an amazing city. So good choice.
And how was your experience in Thailand? Help you in France? Because it's not your first time abroad, so I imagine that having the experience in Thailand help you to feel like home in France. So I know that it's different country, of course, but maybe you have the experience and it's more easy for you. Or...
Well, moving to Thailand is culturally very, very different, and I really had to learn the Thai culture. And the best way to learn Thai culture is to make mistakes and offend people, and then learn not to do it again. So working in a school in Thailand with Thai people really helped me understand about Thai culture and how it's based upon respect. And massively actually based on Buddhist values. So I learned a lot about Buddhism there, and I really do think that spending so much time around Buddhist people, around Thai people who are very accepting, and that's helped me come to France to be just calm and not to get totally stressed out in a situation, and just to, just allow the universe to decide what my path is really. And it brought me on this path to France, so I'm just going down the path, and whatever happens will happen. And So having that mind, I guess a mindset of being open-minded and knowing that it's okay to make mistakes and knowing that it's okay to have really bad days where I'm lonely and wondering if this is the right path for me. And my home England was just very close, and many times I wanted to go back home to England, but yeah, I just really stuck it out because there's a reason why I came here. So in the first days when I arrived, well, the first year when I arrived, I just really stuck to what I wanted to do, which was teach yoga and follow my dream. And I guess just learning Buddhist values has really helped me settle
Yeah,
here in France and create my life really and stick with it. I think sticking with it is the main thing.
yeah, it's awesome. And you recently you opened your yoga studio in Parc de la Tête d'Or. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a new adventure. Can you tell us, yes, more about your studio? What type of yoga you teach? If it's for beginner or yeah.
Well, when I first came, I got my very first yoga students through Sojourn, through going to it was a photo shoot that we did for you very early on. And
Yeah,
I met a lady there. Yeah, she became my very first student over 2 years ago, maybe about 2 years ago now. And I just think, once you have your first student or your first customer, your first client, whatever it is you're doing, that's it. You've already been successful because, somebody wants what you can give them. So that was really wonderful. And then from there, what I do, it really is dependent upon word of mouth and people hearing about what I do. Because I don't speak French, I don't work in a yoga studio here because of that. So I've really had to find my own way to, find people who want to practice and learn yoga from an English-speaking teacher. So that's why it's been really important for me to join the Sojourn community, because it's through Sojourn that I've really been able to meet lots of expats, English-speaking expats who are coming around to the idea that yoga is really good for you, and it's good for your mind, it's good for your body, it's good for your spirit and whole well-being. And these are open-minded people that have taken a risk in their life to come to a new country. So luckily they're willing to try something new with an open mind and an open heart. So yeah, Sojourn has definitely been very important to my success here in France. That's definitely for sure. So thank you. And yeah, now I have this space where I can do the practice, do my own practice and bring students here and do small workshops. It's really made all the difference for me. So I'm really lucky to have just a little bit of space, and especially the fact that it's inside Parc de la Tête d'Or, which is like the heart of the city. It's a wonderful place. So yeah, I'm very lucky about that. I'm very pleased that just after, just 2 years in, I've got my own space where people can come and I can share my love and my passion of what I do. So my style of yoga, so I guess my inspiration has come from Vinyasa flow or Ashtanga Vinyasa flow. I also practice Iyengar and Yin. So these are my main styles that I practice myself in my own practice and that I learn with my teachers still from Bangkok in Thailand. But when I teach, I make it accessible for everybody, just so a complete beginner could come to my class, or somebody who's experienced could come, and each person, whether beginner, intermediate, experienced, whatever, there's really no such thing in yoga as being good at it. But I just make it available so that anybody can come, can move their body, can move their joints, can stretch their muscles, can breathe, can have a moment for themselves of just connecting with their breath, of just being in the present moment and hopefully everybody walks away feeling lighter and happier and calmer, more centered. And yeah, I just want people to enjoy it as much as I do, really.
Yeah.
So I don't really concern myself, oh, it's this style and it's this. It's just more about making people happy and feeling good in their bodies by moving their bodies in a safe and careful and intelligent way. So
Yes, and I highly recommend it because I did 3 times, I think, with you, Nina, and it was very relaxing. And especially, I like the fact to do it outside because, yes, I feel like the atmosphere is also nice to be outside and with the sun. Because yes, now you're doing outside yoga class on Tuesday at 6 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m.
at 10.
At 10, oh, sorry, at 10
Yeah.
a.m. and doing all the summer, right?
Yeah,
Or,
that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and can you show us some yoga routines? Is something that you do every day?
Yeah. Not
Yes?
that I just do it depends. I never know what I'm going to do until I arrive on my mat. So I don't always think, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. I just come to my mat every day and listen to my body. And sometimes my body just wants to do a nice, gentle, flowing practice, quite yin. And then sometimes my body wants to like sweat and do back bends and stand on my head, stand on my hands, and really get the energy really high and quite a yang practice. So it just depends. It changes all the time.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you, Nina. Greg is asking what type of yoga is best for evening to unwind and get ready for sleep. And also Martina, she's a busy entrepreneur and she spends a lot of time sitting at the desk. Can you recommend anything for stretching out the toe spot from sitting? And anything also to help her unwind and plug at the end of the day?
Sure. Okay, so for Greg and Martina, at the end of the day, you can come to like a wide knee child's pose, but a supported one. So have a look about your house and see what cushions you've got, bolsters, blankets, whatever. And bring the cushion in between your knees like this. And then I've used a couple of blankets here to roll them up. Maybe if you've got a bolster or maybe if you've got other cushions. And then basically you just bring yourself forward. Rest your torso down here. I always like to stack my hands one on top of the other. And then this area between the eyebrows, I like to find a nice kind of knobbly bit of bone on my hand. And then when I put my forehead down, I press this part of my forehead into the knobbly bit, which is very, very calming for the grey matter inside your head. So pressing this down here, fine in your hand, and just resting down. So here you really just let your weight sink down and forwards. And it's really relaxing.
Yeah, it seems so relaxing. Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you for that, Nina.
And then if you spend a lot of time sitting at your desk, your body is always making this 90-degree angle. So your legs are always in flexion here, which means that your hamstrings become tight, and in here your hip flexors become tight. And when you're sitting at your desk like this, your spine actually compresses, and we get this slouching where we round the spine, and then the shoulders come forward as we type on the computer like this, and the neck comes forwards. So it's kind of this posture that people find themselves in their modern day lives. So what you can do at the end of the day is to come into a bridge pose. So bring your feet hip distance apart, and then your feet are going to be parallel. And with your hands, just move your bum close to your heel and lay yourself down. And then you're going to press down into your feet as you lift your hips up from the mat. So here you can see that your hip flexors here are open, they're not closed. So this really stretches out the fronts of your hip flexors. You really lengthen in your hamstrings here and lengthen in your quadriceps. So you can either stay here, you can bring your arms overhead, or you can interlace your fingers and scoot your shoulders together and roll your arms under, and then really press down into your feet here to lift your chest and your sternum towards you. So here, instead of rolling your shoulders forward like you do at your desk when you're on your computer, you're rolling your shoulders back and you're really opening up the front side of your body. And then as you come down, you release your hands, move your arms out to the side, and then you come down vertebrae by vertebrae. So it's top of your spine, middle of your spine, lower spine, and then sacrum.
Cool.
You are welcome. But in my classes, I do lots for the modern body where the shoulders are coming round and open. We get bad neck, bad shoulders because we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders, and especially when we're driving and sitting and watching TV and sitting and eating. So we're spending more and more time sitting down. So a lot of my yoga classes are about trying to counterpose that and open up the body and free the body in the opposite way.
Yes, so yeah, if you want to try a yoga class with Nina, you have to join her on Tuesday or on Saturday. She's doing yoga class outside at Parc de la Tête d'Or, and you can find all the details on Sojourn website. And Nina, yes, she's a great yoga teacher, and it's very relaxing, and yeah, you should try.
Yeah, everybody, you should try. And it's accessible for everybody. So if you've never tried it before, still come along. You know, there's no right or wrong. There's no I can't do it, I can do it. People always say, oh, I can't do it because I'm not flexible. It doesn't matter. Okay, just come along, and everybody's flexible. Otherwise, we would be like pieces of wood.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much,
And,
Emmanuel.
See you soon at one apéro or next event. And thank you for watching us today. if you miss a part, we will put the replay on our Instagram account and also on our YouTube channel. And yeah, we hope to see you next Wednesday for the next live, or you can join our events in Lyon. So bye bye. Bye bye, Nina.
Bye bye. Bye bye.